Namaskar. Welcome to the Insta Facebook Live series of Dekho Apna Desh. Friends, a warm welcome to another fresh edition of Government's digital campaign Dekho Apna Desh Facebook Live series. We are just a month to go from Durga Puja, the biggest carnival of not only Bengal, West Bengal, but probably one of the largest festival in India itself. This is the time of the year thousands, I should not say thousands, millions of people, travelers, tourists, explorers, they start their, weekend trails. They go for weekend trails. They start their, journey and adventures. Many of them go for the hills, some for the jungles, some even for the weekend getaways near to Calcutta or the cities they are living in. Today we are going to present one of the best weekend trail options for our viewers under this Dekho Apna Desh Facebook Live series with three distinguished Ministry of Tourism approved responsible tour operators. First, we have Sue from Khorlo Tours and Travels, also the proud owner of Monchasha, a unique ecotourism property in Midnapur district. Then we have Mr. Shorojit Roy from 100 Miles, another, path-breaking weekend travel expert. So, and last but not the least, probably one of the most renowned travel company in Eastern India, Mrs. CTS India Holiday Vacation Private Limited, or CTS Holiday Private Limited. So we have Dr. Shoykot Chakraborty, one of the major product designer from CTS among us. So I can see Nilanjan Da is already with us. Nilanjan Da, kindly unmute yourself and join us at this live session.
Hello.
Nilanjan Da, namaskar.
Namaskar.
As Nilanjan Da, we are doing this weekend getaway.
Yeah.
So I thought, why not to do it from a weekend destination itself?
And
right now, as you know, I am at Belur Math, near Belur Math at Rajbari, a 130-year-old temple homestay, getaway, you can say, just on the verges of River Ganges, just 30 to 40 minutes drive from Calcutta. And when we are encouraging our viewers, our fellow citizens to travel just before Durga Puja, so let us set an example that yes, we are traveling post period. We are taking all this. We are starting experiencing all this, newbies in the as far as the destinations are concerned. So without any further ado, I would like you to take over from here, and just I know for sure that our viewers would be mesmerized with your travel stories and unique selling points. Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you. I will try my level best actually. And the festive season, the Durga Puja is here, and we are actually waiting for all the bookings. And the people we know, we are getting lot of phone calls that Nilanjan, please, we want to go, and we were just take me somewhere. Okay, actually, this is Nilanjan Basu, working with some various models. You can call it some alternate experiments. And thank you, India Tourism. Thank you, Sri Shagrik Chaudhary, for this wonderful session. And I know in a 1 hour with 3 speakers, West Bengal cannot be captured. And let's see what's in the box, and let's start the journey. I want to share the presentation. Just wait for 1 second. I am just trying to share my screen. And actually, we will talk about something, a southern portion of Bengal, and it is there. I think it is there.
It is very much there, Nilanjana. Please carry on.
Okay, thank you. And this is the southern portion of Bengal we will talk about. And since 1994, we tried to craft some innovative ideas and things. And let's try. As Durga Puja, you know, the most important festival, not ever in Bengal, in India, but for the entire globe, we know, and a lot of people coming from abroad to see the gorgeousness of this festival all over all the corners of Bengal. Now, but out of the whole sorting, I just talked that top weekend destination, the sorting, it's very tough. Still, we try to present something different spots. And now my first destination is in East Bardhaman. East Bardhaman district, you know, it's very well known to you. And specifically, we will go to Ketugram. Ketugram, you know, and Ketugram, there is a small village. It is Belun. It's a very nice village. The place is 3 hours drive from Kolkata, and one can travel along the Durgapur Expressway and drive via Bardhaman, covering a distance of 175 kilometers to reach this cradle of nature. You can find all this in maps also. And the nearest railway station is in Shivlun, and obviously the airport is near Kolkata. That's the Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose International Airport. Now about the attractions, what are there? Actually, the human population of this Belun village and its surrounding areas, it is now a place of coexistence. So actually, the flourishing population of local birds and animals without confrontation. That's the main thing. This is a low-lying area and harbors a unique ecosystem. They say every year the annual floods of Shibai River submerge the adjacent landscape and create a marshland for a couple of months. After the water recedes, the region becomes home to a healthy population of birds, mammals, reptiles, butterflies. Local as well as the migratory birds flock to Belun, and mammals like jackals, foxes, fishing cattle, civets are spotted regularly. The next thing is Ottohash, a pilgrimage point. One of the 51 Shaktipeeths of goddess Shati, the shrine of Ottohash, is said to be the house of where the lips of Devi, the mother Shati, fallen here. Addresses as the Fullora in Ottohash, actually. The most important Shaktipeeth in Hinduism is said to attract pilgrims throughout the year. Ottohash is also famous for being the nesting site of thousands of open-billed storks and a very healthy population, you know, of the fruit bats. The next thing is Gangatikuri, a heritage place constructed by late Indranath Bandyopadhyay nearly about 120 years ago with the help of artisans from Agra. Yes, it is from one of the exceptional built architecture of Bengal. With the help of the Agra, they made some jodi works, you know, and where almost all the festivals are celebrated. Pujas like Durga Puja, Jagadhatri Puja, Dol Jatra, daily Narayan Puja takes place. On the 6th day, that is on the Shashti, patches of vermilion is pasted on a branch of the northeast portion bale tree from the Mongol Ghat of Devi, you know, Devi Durga. On the Saptami, that particular branch is cut down, and a procession start with that branch. After that, the branch is used to tie up with the Navapotrika, the Kolabu. Durga Puja starts after that. And this is one of the important rituals of Indralaya. This is the main building. It's very, very nice. You can visit, stay over at Belun, and then you can visit this thing. Chotopukur, Kollanpur Ghat are another attractions. Around 18 kilometers from Belun village, the river Ganges takes a sharp bend where the large expanse of water still harbors the most endangered species of shushuk, of the Gangetic river dolphins. The part of Ganges is not fished extensively for commercial basis, and the devoid of large population of urban habitat, which has resulted in the natural conservation of this species. Now, it's time for the hospitality section. It is double, triple, quadruple AC accommodations are there with special food packages. Obviously, the authentic Bengali cuisine are there. This is the main ambience you can see. Then open air bathtub is the amazing thing. It's there. You can explore that. And now this is the stay options. It's a very beautiful one. And now for the activities and experience, some still water rafting in the Shibai River, and the guided bird watching, butterfly watching tours, village walks, angling, and a lot of things are there. There is a picnic. You can do picnics on the riverside. You can take a full day guide, a local rural folk. With him, you can visit the entire village and interact with the people. You can do that. Campfires are there, natural orientation camps and photography workshops. Yes, these are very important things. The main thing is you can be a bird watcher. Here you can see this my screen. That is the history hunter or a landscape photographer. You can be a wildlife enthusiast, angler, or someone just waiting to wind up after a hectic week in office. Balloon will not disappoint you. My second story is at Bakura. It is precisely it is Godshukra village. Yes, this is the thing, and accessibility is there. Nearest railway station is Chatna or Jhati Pahari. The Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose International Airport is the same airport nearby, and from Chatragachi or Howrah there are from in the morning, in the afternoon there are local trains. You can always visit to this place where Jhanti Pahari and Chatna will be the arrival stations. Now, Godshukra is a small village located 30 kilometers from Bakura town in West Bengal. Basically, Tepantor is situated, the property is situated over at the Chatna block near Purulia border. Here, nature has presented itself in a wonderful way. This place can be described as a farm stay, which is totally surrounded by the greenery. You can gather the village rural life, and Godshukra is ideal for bird lovers and landscape photographers. You can see the Durga Puja thing is happening there. It's a pure form of Durga Puja with authentic all rituals. You can explore there at Godshukra. The village is not only rich by natural beauty, it's also a strong cultural background. I'm coming after that. And the local sightseeing, you can have Shushunia. Shushunia, it's 25 kilometers. Jaichandi Hill is there. It's around 25-26 kilometers. Paharpur, Darokeshwar River, it is nearby. It's within 10 kilometer drive. Kashipur Palace and 20 kilometer Futiari Dam in Purulia. Actually, this Godshukra is in Bakura and Purulia border. And Boronti Lake you can also visit. It's only 26 kilometer from this Godshukra, this property. This is called Tepantor. This is the accommodation options. This is the open air where you can see the Durga idol there. 4 mud cottages are there, double-storied bamboo houses. Exclusive tents are there. They are all attached, and it is very nice. You can enjoy 2, 3, 4 days there. And during Durga Puja, it's fascinating. And you can see the Palash flower is also there. You can find. And the most important thing is the bamboo structure, the double-storied and mud houses. It's very unique. And the most amazing thing is the cave room. 9 people can stay there, and this is an amazing place. This rural village actually built a year ago, but around I think around 10,000 people from nearby villages, they have visited this cave room to see what is that. Now you can stay there also. And regarding the activities, I told you that this is one of the cultural hub. You can explore the cultural thing, and guided village trail with local interaction, outdoor picnic, photographic excursions, and wedding shoot, campfires. These are all you can have these nature orientation camps. So Gorshukra Tepantor, it can be you can visit there in this Durga Puja section. It's a farm stay. You can see the organic things happening. Also, you can consume that also. And the vast lands covered with unspoiled greenery are spilled everywhere in these parts. Just explore and enjoy Gorshukra, the Tepantor. My next session story, it will be East Midnapur, and it's in village Paushi. It's a it's a simple rural hub, and it's called Monchasha, the cultivator of mind. Regarding accessibility, the nearest railway station is Kontai, and again the airport is in Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose International Airport near Kolkata, Damdam. Tamralipto Express and Country Express, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, are the two trains you can take to visit Paushi village. And by road, there is a Kalinagar bus stop. There you can have totos. It will take 6 kilometers, 10 rupees. So you can just go to Monchasha directly. The sightseeing ways, actually, Monchasha is a blend of authentic village culture and pure earthen tradition, the cultural heritage of you can say a speedless rural life, and it's also a true sentiment of natural India, Monchasha is you can say an authentic rural-based sustainable ecotourism. It's also an experiment over at village Paushi, East Midnapur of our beautiful Bengal. Village Paushi is just beside Bagda River. The village is marked by endless stretches of paddy fields and fishing ponds, dotted with thatched mud house and dates, coconut, betelnut heights. Killa Moina Choura. These are the activities, these are the sightseeing points. Killa Moina Choura, the Moina Gor, the historical part, you can visit there. You can, it's not, I do not have time to just give you the entire history, but it's a very historic thing. And Ma Vargo Bhima temple, it's a very famous thing. Tamluk Rajbari, Mohishadol Rajbari, Bahiri Jagannath temple, Nachinda temple, Kapal Kundala temple, Petua Ghat, Daryapur lighthouse, and fishing harbor. These are all important things. And actually, Monchasha is a keen supporter of ecotourism. The organic farming through deep irrigation module, and green vermicompost, rainwater harvesting system, grey water management system are the three pillars where the thing is stood upon. The major operational factors are these things. The scientific, we just merged all the scientific things with this rural blend. And now we have come to the hospitality section. 4 identical non-AC bamboo cottages are there. Yes, it's all non-AC with attached all Western styled washroom. All cottages have a private balcony and common sitting arrangements. A small museum is there with a good collection of ancient rural utility goods. Watchtower is constructed for star watching purpose. And you can see this is Monchasha, the cottages, the bamboo cottages. A beautiful open dining is also there, which can be converted as a large performance base. You can see the interior of the room. It's very clean and attached with all amenities. And this is the handicraft section. And Durga Puja, the Durga Puja, Rash Utsav, Vimela, Bashanti Puja, these are the famous festivals regarding at Paushi. These are village trails by van rickshaws, boating, pottery, angling, planting, painting are activities to choose over at Monchasha village Paushi. Pottergan, Kirtan, Palagan, puppet show are the cultural aspects of East Midnapur. And Goinabodi is a famous food art here. Goinabodi, it's you can eat, it's food. Actually, Monchasha, it means the cultivator of mind. It's not just a place. Bonchasha, you can say it's a journey, a theme of consciousness in the global tourism arena by creating a sustainable ecotourism module with social responsibility. Actually, this it's not only as a treat for the eyes. Such place taught us all something about our past, the rural traditions, culture, cuisine, craft, local livelihood, and the styles. Now, the next thing is North Chobbish Pargona, or very near to Kolkata. We are going to Rajendrapur, the famous Sundargram. The accessibility is it's from Shialda and Howrah, and it's it's very near to Kolkata, and the nearest airport is our Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose International Airport. And attraction, if you want to spend your weekend in a place where you can see the village life very close to you, you can see mud houses, paddy fields, and can take the essence of the innocence village life. It is just 35 kilometers from Kolkata. A small village. The villages are still away from urbanization. They still retain their simplicity and innocence. It is no artificial village. It is a lovely at weekend where you can enjoy the life of a villager, and also you can see their lifestyle very closely. They're still untouched from any kind of plastic. Actually, this is a very rural thing, and Sundargram is very pictures. Actually, it's very beautiful. You have to take out your camera when just reaching there. And Sundargram is a gold category homestay certified by Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. And Sundargram, you can find AC mud huts, the cottages, village huts, log huts, also few gazebos, one pond, and open air dining hall, Durga Mandap, and lot of things are there. Experiential journeys for this thing, Sundargram is completely blend with this life of villagers. Here, the villagers and the guests come together to celebrate Durga Puja. Children come to take tuition classes from their teacher Didimoni in the evening, and the local village boy proudly demonstrate to the guest the subtle techniques of catching the morala fish with the gamcha. This is a nice place for wedding shoot. Guided village tour is highly popular among the weekenders. And if you are longing to take a break from your hectic city life and spend a day connecting to the simpler things in life, then come here. Sundargram, I think here life is still not a rat race, they say, and it's perfect. And my fifth and last destination is based on Purulia. It's a very large district, within 3 minutes it cannot be covered. However, nearest railway station, there are a lot of railway stations you can access actually for Purulia, the Purulia town you can access. For Barabhum is for Bagmundi circuit, Adra for the Raghunathpur, for Garpanchikota, and Muri for Murguma. There are a lot of railway stations, and airport is the same. The Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose International Airport. You can come from Ranchi also. From Ranchi, the airport is also very near if you come through the Jhalda part. Attractions part is huge. I have to make it in a gist. Actually, Purulia is a vast stretch of landmass. However, we can break the entire thing into 2-3 major parts. The most important parts are Ajodhya and Raghunathpur circuit. Based on the different thematic requirements, we present various type of itineraries. One can plan for Raghunathpur circuit and explore Jayachandi Hill, Bander Deul at Cheliama, Telkupi, Temple Cluster. Actually, all these are maximum damaged, and due to this DVC, all this flooded, and approximately 22 temples fell down, and it's a number. Actually, you can see the picture. This is the picture of Garpanchikota area, and this watchtower by the government is there. And this Ajodhya circuit, the landscape of Ajodhya is it's very, very beautiful. Actually, you can visit the Matha, Pakhi Pahar, Pardi, Bandudi areas, and you can explore the Daudi Nala, the PTSP dam. There is the upper dam, lower dam. You can attach the Bamli Falls, Turga Falls, Ghakocha Falls. There are a lot of falls, and with your itineraries. Tatpadia Lake, it's called Marble Lake, and it's keep changing. It's an unpopular area. When it's come to popular, a lot of things have changed. So Lohadiya Shiv Temple, it's famous for the gajon, and Gambhir Singh Mura's workshop and more. It's very beautiful. This is the picture is in the Ajodhya Hill area. Actually, Ajodhya Hill is not a hill; it's a very, very vast landmass. And a lot of hotel accommodations are there, and from the Forest Department lodges are there. India Tourism approved homestays, just like as Choburu, adventure camps like that is Khairabara, mud houses, boutique resort, 4-star resorts, adventure camps. You can see the properties like Panch Residency in Garpanchakot, Bonpalashi in Murguma. It's a very beautiful property. Kushalpolli is there in the Ajodhya hilltop, and that's the Khairabara I've just spoken. The activities, foods, and everything, not only the landscape, especially rugged terrain, and the entire district is covered with a lot of heritage interest. And Deulghata, Pakbira, Bandar, Deul, Telkupi, Cross Jury, there are all, you can attach the Tunturi, the Suisa, you can attach in your heritage circuit also. So finally, your long-awaited that's lockdown has come. So we are ready to escape in the lap of our nature. And we hereby request you, it's my request to personnel present over at this specialty lodging environments. Actually, rural, the working in the rural is it's very, very tough, and making an ecotourism hub, it's very, very tough. So this is my request from you, and please support us with your suggestions and advice so that we can grow further. Actually, I think it's apology. I've taken 2-3 minutes more time, and I again thank India Tourism Kolkata, Sri Shagnik Chaudhary, and let's grow with India Tourism. Thank you.
Thank you, Nilanjanda. It was a wonderful presentation. We can hear from you. We can stay with you with like with the stories. We can explore all these stories with you for hours, for days, for months.
I have written it because within 20 minutes it is impossible to.
Yes. Today we are just trying to give an idea. The options we are trying to mention, but we would definitely come and discuss in details about these places. Friends, as you know, we are going to celebrate the World Tourism Day in all parts of India and globally in association with the United Nations World Tourism Organization. And this year's theme of UNWA 2020 is tourism and development of rural villages. So it's entirely with the entire presentation, entire story options of weekend travels was focused on these rural villages, so that the people who are engaged in tourism industry can get benefited out of, and even where I am staying, the friends, the stakeholders, the service operators, the people who are working at this property itself, they are from Purulia, all of them, and I'm receiving a wonderful experience interacting with them, having their unique hospitality, as you can see. So for this kind of rural ethnic experiences, please explore Tepantar, Sundargram, Choburu, Monchasha, and Kushalpalli, all these places in Purulia. And most of these places are near to Calcutta. So you don't need to even drive for 7-8 hours. To just explore the destinations as well. And with this theme and vibe, I would like to invite our next speaker, Sri Saurajit Rai from 100 Miles. Saurajit, we are ready to explore another 100 miles with you. Please unmute yourself and join us. Please switch on your video.
Thank you, Shayok, for Ji. It's really a pleasure to be with you and present some of the places here. So let's start the presentation first.
When Shaurajitda is starting his story about Nodia, before that I would like to inform the viewers two very unique things about him. He is one of the pioneer in terms of caravan tourism in Bengal. He's going to introduce these caravans pretty soon, like soon enough. Presently, these caravans are stationed at doors, but I hope, I wish Swarajitda can install them within a month or so in South Bengal, so that people can have a safe travel experience at the earliest, and also a pioneer in terms of cycle tourism. The stage is yours. I would like just to. I thought these two features should be mentioned before you start.
Thank
Please,
you, thank you,
carry
thank
on.
you for that. Now the thing is, due to this pandemic, everything has stopped. But definitely some opportunities will come again. And I think, yeah, there will be some more opportunities in the alternative mode of tourism. I think so. The share of alternative mode of tourism will rise. In India, basically, we are based on nature-based tourism. So I have just taken the Nodia district and the surroundings, adjacent parts of Nodia district, not only Nodia district. I will take Kalna also, which falls in Purvo Mednipur, but it's very near to Navadvip. So let's start from Nodia district, right? Fine. So Nodia basically falls in the northern parts of Kolkata. So it's the headquarter is of Nodia is Krishnanagar, and in eastern side there is a Bangladesh, which is the other part of Nodia. Nodia has been bordered into two nations, so it has been divided in two parts. So one part is falling in Bangladesh, and the other part is falling in West Bengal. So if you just move to Nodia, Nodia is will be incomplete if I don't say about some of the heritage things, the cultural things of Nodia, because Nodia has always been the cultural capital of Bengal before Kolkata has taken to be the cultural capital of India, as some of us say. Why Nodia? Yeah, because at around 12th century, yeah, around 12th century, Ballal Sen has ruled Bengal, and one of the major political center was in Nodia, and the capital was also in Navadvip. So in the 12th century and later on, means Gauranga Mahaprabhu Sri Chaitanya has come up, and from there on the heritage and the culture has taken care of, and the Bhakti movement of Bengal, the Vaishnav movement has started from there. So right now, yeah, the district of Nodia is situated in the heart of Bengal Delta, within the arms of Ganga, namely Bhagirathi in the west, and Mathabhanga in the north. So Mathabhanga is the river which is said in Bangladesh, but in Indian part, in Indian Nodia district, we say it's Churni. So if I say a little bit of the heritage things about Nodia, I have to tell some of the things. I have mentioned Ballal Sen as well as Sri Chaitanya. Chaitanya was in the 15th century, and he took the Bengali culture, the Bhakti movement to the world. And that's the reason Navadvip and Mayapur has been one of the tourism centers, world tourism centers here. Means if you just look in the southern parts of Bengal, there are very few places where you will be getting more footfalls from the foreign nationals rather than in Navadvip and Mayapur. So apart from that, important part of Nodia is Lalan Fakir. The Lalan Fakir was born over here in the 18th century end, and he lived till 19th century end. So when the Renaissance part was taken care in Kolkata by Sri Ram Mohan Roy and Vidyasagar, and that has been taken care by Lalan Fakir in these villages in the district of Nadia. Yeah, he has brought new thoughts to his songs, to his preaches. And apart from that, if you go by, you will see Kangal Horinath. Kangal Horinath is the another person who was one of the first journalists of India, maybe, and he founded one press nearby Kushtia. Now, what I am just introducing here, some of the tourist places in Nadia and how we will be going there. We will go first to Ashannagar from Kolkata, and then we will be moving to Navadvip, and then to Krishnanagar, Navadvip, Mayapur, and then we'll go back, come to Kolkata via Kalna, which falls in Bardhaman district. So if you just go by the map, you can see from Kolkata you have to take the Joshore Road, which goes via Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Airport. From Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Airport, you take the Joshore Road, and then from Barashat you take the Krishnanagar Road, and from you go directly to Krishnanagar first, and from Krishnanagar you can go to Ashannagar, which is 12 kilometers from Ashannagar. Or else there is another alternative road. From Ranaghat, you take right, and you will take Kulgachi, Hashkhali, Kulgachi, these roads, and you can bypass Krishnanagar and reach Ashannagar. Now, let me just tell you about a little bit of Ashannagar. Ashannagar is a rural place, a rural part of Bengal, rural part of Nadia. It is only 12 kilometers from Krishnanagar, what I have already said. And one thing I should mention here, that this part of Nadia has got Indian part, means they were in 15th of August 1947, it was shifted to Bangladesh. And later on, it has been moved to Indian part. And Maharani Jyotirmoyi of Krishnanagar, then the Maharani Jyotirmoyi, she fought and took back this land to the Indian part. Yeah. So where you will stay over there? In Ashannagar. So we have one small homestays over there with 5 rooms, 2 non-ACs and 3 ACs rooms, ranging from 2,500 to 3,500, with breakfast, bed and breakfast. Yeah, it is on the bank of Jhor River, which is the tributaries or the distributary of Chuni. And from there, you can, it's 7 to 8 kilometers is Shiv Nivas from Ashannagar, this place. And Shiv Nivas is the place where you will be getting one of the largest Shivalinga in India or in Asia. And Ashannagar is also famous for Bauls, Fakirs, and all. This is the place of Bauls and Fakirs, and the movement has been started by Lalan Fakir. And these Bauls and Fakirs is different from the Bauls and Fakirs of Birbhum, Shantiniketan. The main instrument of these parts is Aktara, as you can see on the screen. Dotara, these are the main instruments. Unlike the Khomok or the Gugubi in Birbhum district. So in every mid-November, during the birth of Lalan Fakir, we have a 3-day fair, Lalan Mela, at Ashannagar, Bhimpur. And this year also, you can enjoy this fair if everything goes well. So you can come over here, you can enjoy the fair, the Lalan fair, Lalan Mela here, and it's a unique fair, as you will get 3 to 4 stages running parallelly from dusk to dawn. Now, these are some of the natural beauties of these places. The riverside, you will get many birds. It will get flowers because the one means in these districts and these places, flower cultivation is much more than in other parts. Yeah. From Ashanagar, after staying 1 or 2 nights, you can just move from there to Krishnanagar. And while introducing Krishnanagar, I have to say about the Krishnanagar Rajbari, which is already known to many of us. And this Krishnanagar Rajbari is one of the reasons why culturally this place is so rich. Maharaja Krishna Chandra Roy and his family has always promoted Indian culture, music, drama for a very long time. And as I have already said, that from this family, Maharani Jyotirmoyi has started and took back a small part of Nodia from Bangladesh to India. Ghurni is the place. You can see it's in Krishnanagar, and it is the artisans village. It's a pottery artisans place where you get many clay dolls, clay things, clay pottery things. But nowadays, it has been a little bit of reduced shops over here, not as much as it was during the 20th century, but still it is there. If you want to see it, go there, enjoy some time over there, and take some time from your general schedules and go and enjoy the artisans village. Yeah, Jagadhatri Puja Krishnanagar. It's famous. It is famous like Chandanagar Jagadhatri Puja. And it is always after Diwali. Just a week after Diwali you will get this Jagadhatri festival. So it has been introduced by Maharaja Krishna Chandra Roy, the then king of Krishnanagar in 1763. And later on, Jagadhatri Puja has also been the Barwari of all the people. And Chashpara Barwari, which has started 1772, is one of the first Barwari pujas in every field, I can say, even in Durga Puja. Is one of the oldest Barwari pujas you will ever get in Bengal. So take out some time after Diwali, go to Krishnanagar or stay at Ashannagar, and from there it's only 12 kilometers. You can enjoy this festival. So after Krishnanagar, we will just move to Navadvip, and before that, I just introduce some of the things. Bengal is the sweetest part of India, and what it is said right now. West Bengal, the sweetest part of India. So Nodia has its share, and Nodia has a major share of that. You will get Shorpuri and Shorbhaja over here, together with the Kheer Doi, which is famous in Navadvip, where we are moving, right? But in Krishnanagar, you will be getting Shorpuri and Shorbhaja. Shorpuri is the unique thing. You won't get that taste in any part of India, that I can say. Yeah. We are not moving to Navadvip, which is around 25 kilometers from Krishnanagar. It is Navadvip. Navadvip is an ancient town like Varanasi. It has been referred Oxford to Bengal. It is the birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was born in 1486 till 1534. One of the Indian schools of logic called Navya system was developed in Navadvip, which produced great logicians in the 15th century. Navadvip has always been the political power, and it is the center from where the Vaishnav cult from Bengal has started. Gauriya Vaishnavism, we say. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has brought Gauriya Vaishnavism, and he extended that to the entire part of India, mainly in the eastern part of India. And now, as you know that, for that reason, there are many foreigners coming from the West, from Europe, from the US, to this part in Mayapur and Navadvip. I'm staying over here just because of this Chaitanya So while staying over there, you can stay. There are many places to stay. You can stay at Navadvip. You can stay at Navadvip. You will be getting hotels. You will be getting hotels over there. Loknath Tower Hotel is one of the hotels in Navadvip. And in other side of the river, means you will be getting Maheshganj Estate, where you will be getting heritage accommodations or homestay, heritage homestays, which you will like. And you can stay over there and you can enjoy all these places, even the Mayapur and Navadvip. So in Navadvip, if you want to stay in Navadvip, then you can stay at Loknath Tower Hotel, which is one of the best hotels over there. So while staying over there, you can see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's birthplace, the birth house, Guru Shiv over there, 60 feet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu statue at Navadvip, yeah, Puramatala. These are some of the places. You will be getting the house of Vishnupriya over there. And like in Varanasi, you will be getting every house with some temples, every house with a temple. So this is something like unique. But the thing is, yeah, if you are going by a vehicle, you have to park your vehicle in some of the places, and it's advisable to take a local rickshaw or toto to move around, because it's the lanes and bylanes. The place is all about lanes and bylanes. So just park your vehicle, either move on foot or you can take local rickshaw or toto. Again, what I said, that other sides of the Hooghly, you will get Mayapur. Yeah, it is around, if you go to Mayapur directly from Kolkata, it is 130 kilometers from here. And the most important things about in Mayapur is Chandrodaya Temple by ISKCON, which is the major center for the devotees all over the world, as I've already said. Yeah, it is the temple of Sri Prabhupada and Radha Madhav with gopis. This is a place flowing with the devotion like no other place on earth. Dol Utsav and Rash Utsav, these two Utsavs, these two festivals are very well known in this part. And here the Dol is not about just the colors and throwing colors. It's all about music, chantings Krishna, and a little bit of Gulal. This is the festival of Dol or Holi in this part. And Rash Utsav, yeah, Rash Utsav is very famous over here. And if you come in the Rash Utsav, you will see many people on the street. As I have already said that it is Navadvip, Mayapur, these are old places, and you will get some of the excavation works going on, and you will get Ballal Shen's Dhipi over there. It's very much near to Mayapur, and it is said that once this was the capital of Ballal Shen at 12th century. So this is one of the historical, this adds the historical value of Navadvip and Mayapur much before than Sri Chaitanya was born. Now from here, you can go, the wildlife lovers can move to Bethua Dahuri. If they have more time, if they can take one more day, then you can go to Bethua Dahuri, which is not much far away from here, only 1 hour drive, and you will get some of the wildlife over there. Yeah, it's not about tigers, it's some wildlife over there like crocodiles, deers, like that. So if we move again towards the Bardhaman, and then we will go to Kalna, Ambika Kalna. On the other side of Ambika Kalna, on the Bhagirathi river, you will get Shantipur. Shantipur is the place of the local tapis, local weavers, what we can say, and Sant, means the saris, are very famous of Puria and Shantipur. This is at the opposite side of it's in the Nodia sides, and the other sides of the Bhagirathi is the Kalna. Kalna is the city of temples, as we can say. The temples were mainly the temple was mainly made in the 18th century under the patronage of means Maharajas of Bardhaman in the 18th century AD. But much before that, Kalna was a very important place. It's in the west bank of Ganga or Bhagirathi. Eastern side is Shantipur, as I've already said, and 60 kilometers from Bardhaman and 105 kilometers from Kolkata by road. So it was the frontier city of Tamralipta kingdom during 7th century. So it's such an old city, you can say about. But now this Kalna is famous for terracotta art temples like Vishnupur temple. If one side we have terracotta art temples in Vishnupur, in the other side we have the Kalna. So if we go there, we can see some of the temples like 108 Shiva temple, Protapeshwar temple, Lalji temple. These are the temples that we'll be getting. So the nearest city from here, but if you just coming to Kolkata, and you can come directly to Kolkata from there by bypassing Bardhaman, and you can come within 110 kilometers. It will get. So these are some of the photographs of the terracotta art temples of Kalna, Ambika Kalna. Ambika Kalna, the name has been come from Devi Ambika or the Kali, so as you can say. This is all about my presentation. This is the circuit what I have.
Thank you, Sharojita, for your wonderful presentation of Nadia. Nadia is also my forefathers, it's my ancestral house is in Nadia. So I'm, in a way, very proud of this district particularly. And it's a birthplace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. People say that he's a reincarnation of Lord Krishna or Rama. And we are fortunate enough to belong from a district where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born.
Yes, another thing I have just forgot that the dialect, the modern Bengali dialect has come from Nadia. So it has been influenced by Nadia so much. Our modern literature, the dialect of the literature is coming from Nadia district. So Nadia is the place, yes, if we love the culture, if we want to know the Bengalis, then Nadia is the place. We have to get just 3 to 4 days time, just roam around over there, maybe one night at Nashannagar, one night at Maheshganj, or one night at Navadvip or Mayapur. In Mayapur, we can stay at ISKCON itself. So from there, we can just move around to Kalna and then come back. It's a matter of, say, overall.
And a week can be spent during this Durga Puja or later. Viewers, you can definitely opt for a... Yes, for Jagatri Puja. Those who are watching us from other parts of India, other than Bengal, friends, you celebrate Diwali in northern part of India or maybe in some southern states of India, but we celebrate events like Diwali in forms of Durga Puja, Jagatri Puja, even Kali Puja, which is the Diwali thing here at throughout the year. So it's a place, Bengal, where this is what we call Baro Mashi Tero Parban. So 13 festivals in 12 months. So if you're planning to come to Calcutta, the domestic flights are on. I would invite you to Dekho Apna Desh, Dekho Apna Bengal. Please come and explore this, real heritage. If you have spiritual aspiration, you can visit Nadia district. If you have heritage aspiration, you can explore Bakura, Nadia, and other many more places. If you have rural tourism, you're a rural tourism enthusiast, you can visit Ashannagar, you can visit the places that Nilanjan Basu has already informed us about. So thank you, Sharojita.
Yes, thank you, Shayok. Thank you, Mr. Shagnik Chaudhary, for giving us the opportunity, giving 100 Miles the opportunity to speak something about Nadia. So yeah, if Diwali is the festival of light, then Durga Puja is the festival of culture. Yeah, so if you want to celebrate the culture, if you want to see the culture, just come to Bengal, select any of the places, and definitely you will love it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Sure.
Thank you.
So with this line to describe the culture of festival and the options of holidays in culture of festivals, I would like to invite our next speaker. Is a doctor, friends. We call him doctor many a times. Dr. Soikot Chakraborty, an amazing product designer. You know, we call the itinerary designer in as far as tourism, jargons are concerned. So one of the finest itinerary designers from Bengal, Dr. Soikot Chakraborty, one of the probably the largest private limited company, a tour operator, Mrs. Citius India Private Limited. Soikot da, please unmute yourself and join us live. And yes, we are
Namaskar and good evening.
Eagerly waiting for your session, your part. So please take us through the journey through storytellings and unique information.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Hi, everybody. Today I will discuss about some unexplored places like Bishnupur, Mukutmanipur, and Shantiniketan, and Notungram, and Chupichor. It is in Purvosthali. So I will share the slide first, then I will explain the details and tell you the story, and we'll go for the journey. See, this is the story of the Bishnupur. And you know that Bishnupur is a subject that we can do a presentation on Bishnupur in a single day. It is so vast. The Bishnupur, the history is very old, and the region was earlier known as Mallabhum or Mallabani in early India. And the dynasty, which was very famous in Bishnupur, that is called Malla dynasty, and founded by the Raghunath, or he was famous as in the name of Adi Malla. In 1695, he founded the dynasty. And the name Bishnupur is derived from the Hindu god Vishnu, Lord Vishnu. It is not very far from Calcutta. It is only 145 kilometers by road from Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose International Airport, which is situated in Calcutta, and it will take 4.5 hours by road. Also, there are options to go to this place by train. There are 2-3 express trains are connected from Howrah railway station, and it will take 3 hours from Howrah to Bishnupur. Bishnupur as a railway station is there. And there is a story that 16th century, the history of Mallabhum becomes very accurate and very flourished. The most famous king of Bishnupur was Bir Hambira, and he was the son of Dhari Malla. The king Dhari Malla was the greatest ruler of Mallabhum. And there are many stories and legends with Bir Hambira. If I not told you all about the name of Bir Hambir, it is a crime for me to the telling story about Bishnupur. One day in his court, he has many astrologers, and they told him that some precious gems which will pass through the border of the kingdom on a certain day. King was ready to capture these gems, and when the day came, soldier captures 3 cartloads of treasures, which was opened by the king and found valuable manuscripts of Vaishnava texts. These carts were coming from Vrindavan to Gaurbango, Gaurdesha, that time it was called Gaurdesha, under the care of a great scholar of Vaishnavism. His name was Srinivasa Acharya, and other 2 scholars are also there. Later, Bir Hambira was close with Srinivasa Acharya, and he became a Vaishnava devotee all his energy and resources to promote Vaishnavism. Now I will explain you show you some sightseeings or some attractions of the Bishnupur, popular attractions. This is the image of Jor Bangla temple, which is also famous as a Kestorai temple. And it is the architecture of the temple is a singular type. And the building consists of two banglas having two slanting roofs on the two sides. And this temple was built by the Raghunath Singha in 1655 AD. It is a dochala structure, and in all its walls is depicted by the stories of Mahabharata, Ramayans, animals, etc. in terracotta art form. This is another temple that is very famous also. Its name is Radhalal Jiu Temple. It is also founded by Bir Singha in 964, that is 1658 AD. And all these temples are very interesting in Bishnupur. It is famous as a temple city of Bengal. And we can say it is also a temple city, one of the temple city of India. And the third image is for the very famous Ras Mancho. It is the structure of the monument is pyramidal. And in Bengali, it's called Rekha Deul. In this structure, we have find different influence. It is the Mughal influence of the Mughal architecture, influence of the typical Bengal architecture, and all the pyramidal stage, Egyptian influence. All this, it's a mixture of different kinds of architecture. And during the Mallo King's period, dynasty, this place, it's a kind of auditorium kind of thing, and people enjoyed the Ras festival in these premises. This is another very famous temple of Bishnupur, and its name is Shamrai Temple. It is also built by the Raghunath Singha in 1643 AD. And this temple is also, it has 5 different square-shaped top in the temple, and one is octagonal and other 4 is the square-shaped. And it is called Pancharatna type of temple. And it's the same thing. This temple is full of the terracotta artwork in all the sides of wall. That is Ramayana, Mahabharata, Sri Krishna, different livelihoods of Sri Krishna, and plants, animals, trade and commerce between Arabia to India. All these stories are there. You will find a very close image of the terracotta artwork in this temple architecture. And this is also partial view of the Jor Bangla temple, and the artwork is very, very beautiful, and it is a great attraction for the tourists. You can see the many more close view of the terracotta artwork. It's a very unique type of art form, and it is eligible to take photographs of the tourists. We will love to take so many photographs. And this is another very important attraction of Bishnupur. It is Dol Canon, but commonly known as Dolmadol Canon. Its length is 12 feet and 5.5 inch, and diameter of the bore is 11.5 inch. And as per one of the Persian inscription found in Bishnupur, as per that inscription, the cost of making this canon was 1,25,000 rupees during that period of time. It is a huge money in that time. And it has also one legend, this canon, that during the Maratha invasion in 1842 AD by Bhaskar Pandit, he was the leader of the Maratha invasion in Bengal. The then king Gopal Singha, entered the fort with all his men and ordered for prayer of Madan Mohan. And Lord Madan Mohan fired the cannon Dalmardan and drove away the Marathas. This is a very legend behind this cannon. For this reason, this cannon is very unique and one of the major attraction of Bishnupur. Now where we will stay. In Bishnupur is a very good, there are many properties, there are many accommodations to stay in Bishnupur, but one of the very important accommodation is Hotel Annapurna. It has 42 rooms and also swimming pool and lobby, all the modern amenities and facilities are there with a very good restaurants. And the quality of food is also very good because, in Bishnupur, in this particular central part of Bengal, there are few very important cuisine are very important. This is, we called it in Bengali posto, and one is sweets are very important. And all these are available in this particular hotel. This is the restaurant area. That sweets are called Macha Sandesh. It's very unique because, as Sarojit told, that Bengal is the sweetest part of India. We have in every district, every town, we have different unique type of sweets. And in Bishnupur, the famous sweets is called very famous thing of Bishnupur, that is Baluchari Shari. Silk printing. It is the image of the handloom where the Baluchari Shari is making. This image of the Baluchari Shari. This is a very unique thing. Baluchari, the astrology, this kinds of shari are very unique product. And you earlier use the gold-plated jori in the shari. And from Bishnupur, for 1 hour drive, there is a village. This village is called Panchmura. This Panchmura is very unique because in Panchmura village is the epicenter of all these terracotta artwork. This is the roadside view to go to Panchmura from Bishnupur. It's a very good, a real village view of Bengal. And in Panchmura village, this is very popular, this kind of terracotta horse. And this is the symbol of Indian handlooms and handicrafts also. And in this village, all the families, there are few families, everybody of these families are being small children to an old senior citizen. Everybody, the people, they prepare this artwork, and the women, housewives, they basically colored the sculptures and all these things. This is an image of a child who is a school child who is, apart from his study, he is also developed some artwork, and there are some foreign tourists, those who are very happy with his artwork. It shows how we feel when we go visit the Panchmura village as a village walk, how the people will feel. There's also some traditional things. This is called type of things. In Bishnupur, on this Mallabhum region, earlier it was dominated by the Aboriginals. And there are different folk.
Dr. Chakravarti, Dr. Shekhar Chakravarti, I would request you to turn off your video. I think there are some network issues at your end. So kindly turn off your video and continue with the audio because your voice is cracking up a bit in the middle. And as you know, we are coming up with the toy stories with you only at the starting. So I would request you to make keep these parts, the handicraft part, a surprise for the future.
Yes, sure.
So yes,
sure.
Please
am I audible and am I visible now?
You are audible, but I am asking you to turn off your video so that the things go. I think the flow of the conversation is seamless.
Okay.
Your presentation.
Yes. Is another important thing of Bishnupur, that Bishnupur is very famous for its musical gharana. Bishnupur music is kind of the Dhrupad, and once upon a time Bishnupur was famous as a Chota Delhi due to its when the music was started in Bishnupur. The Malla kings, they invited many experts from Delhi, and they settled here to teach the different classical musics in Bishnupur people. And many great musicians are there, like Nil Madhav Chakraborty, Kshetra Mohan Goswami, Jadu Bhatto, who was once upon a time the guru of Rabindranath Tagore also, and Gopeshwar Bandyopadhyay, and all are there. Now, our journey will go to Mukutmanipur. From Bishnupur, Mukutmanipur is also another very beautiful place of Bengal. And from Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose International Airport, it will take 5.5 hours, 5.5 hours, that is 213 kilometers. And also one can travel from Bishnupur to Mukutmanipur because it is very close from Bishnupur. Nearest railway station is Bishnupur. People can travel from Howrah to Bishnupur, and then from Bishnupur they can drive to Mukutmanipur. This is the location map and Mukutmanipur. And in Mukutmanipur, it is basically located in the confluence of two different rivers. One is Kongshavati and another one is Kumari. And in this particular area, it is under the Chotnagpur plateau. For that reason, there is rivers, small hills, and tribal villages. It is very in its natural beauty. And apart from that, as the village is full of tribal people and they have a different folklore, we organized Chhau dance. It is a very different dance form, folk dance form of Bengal. And we can organize some folk performance to the tourists to view, to experience some unique thing from this particular region. Because in folk dance, Chhau dance, they perform some palas like Mahishasur Mardini. It is related with goddess Durga or some other different stories. And this is the image of the Mahishasur Mardini. The demons are playing and fighting with the goddess Durga. And in Mukutmanipur also there are resorts. Important and famous popular resorts are Peerless Resort. This is the outer view of the Peerless Resort. This is the inside view of Peerless Resort. And in Peerless Resort, they have 25 rooms and good restaurants. This is the inner view of the room. And from Peerless Resorts, few cottages are facing with the Kongshavati river. You can see the river. These are river view cottages. These are the restaurants. The quality of food is also very unique. And when tourists can stay in this particular resort, we can organize this show performance in the resorts, or we can take them to a village where we can experience them, different folklores of this particular region. This is some of the images of the performance of Chhau. And also in Bishnupur is one of the dominated tribal community. They stayed there, that is Santal communities. And these people, they are also culturally very sound, and they have their own traditional folk dance. And we can organize this cultural folk dance. Generally, we organize Santali folk dance every evening or on demand of the tourists. and it is very beautiful because 30 to 40 women, they participate in this particular dance form, and the men, they are playing the madol and dhamsa. These are the different folk instrument they are playing during the performance. And we can organize a village walk. It's a very remote village, Mukutmanipur. We can organize in the early morning village walk from in Mukutmanipur area. And the people are very happy to see the day-to-day lifestyle of the tribal people and the village people of this particular Bengal, how they and one of a few foreign people, they told me that they're very surprised that how they're clean their homes and they're very conscious about the sanitization and all these things. Now we will discuss about the Santiniketan. In Santiniketan, it is also 164 kilometers from Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose International Airport by road. It will take 3.5 hours, 3.5 hours by road. And from Santiniketan, the nearest railway station is Bolpur. It is only 3 kilometers from Santiniketan, Bolpur station, and it will take 10 minutes in car or 20 minutes in rickshaw or anything. This is the location map of Santiniketan. And this is the roadside view of Santiniketan. Some of the areas will pass through forests. And in Santiniketan is very popular with Rabindranath No, and Vishwabharati was established by the Rabindranath Tagore. And these are some sculptures of Ramkinkar Bej, who is one of the faculty of Vishwabharati University and was the great sculpture artist in that particular area. And in earlier, before establishing the Vishwabharati, it was a Brahmacharya school established by the Rabindranath Tagore. And in 1901, Rabindranath started this Brahmacharya school. And he received Nobel in 1913. And after that, he was more famous than earlier. And most of his activity was based on Santiniketan. He developed many things in Santiniketan. In case of accommodation, in Santiniketan, there are many accommodations, and all are more or less very nice. But in this presentation, I am sharing two accommodations. This is a resort. It is little far from the Santiniketan town, and 20 minutes from Santiniketan town. Its name is Rayadath. It has only 6 to 7 rooms, and the structure is mud structure, and it is located in a remote village. Now as tourists can feel the experience of an authentic village to stay in this particular area. This is the rooms. All the rooms are made by mud, and it's very beautiful inside decoration. This is the open restaurant. And another is Mayas Resort. Mayas Resort is also 20 minutes from the Santiniketan town by a very beautiful village. And in this particular resort, they have 12 rooms, 12 operational rooms with a swimming pool, a good area of cultural performance. Generally, we organize Baul folk song performance in this particular area, in particular location. And these are the of the guests they are offering. And this is the inside of the room. All the rooms are theme-based. People will enjoy to stay in these resorts in Santiniketan, and they will feel the rural experience of the surrounding areas. This is the dining. This is the restaurant. And now I'm talking about some attractions, popular attractions of Santiniketan. This is the Kajghar, the Upasana Griha. It is one of the very famous attraction of Santiniketan, because it is used for because Rabindranath was believer of the Brahmo religion, and they are this is the place of their prayer. And this is the image of an interaction with the students of Vishwabharati University with the foreign tourists. In Vishwabharati, the open air schooling system is still there. And you saw that there are many trees, and below the trees, there are places for taking class. This is the interaction of the tourists with the locals during sightseeing. And this is another very important place that is called Khwai Ghat. It is Khwai, and beside the river Khwai, there is a very authentic rural fairs. And all the other people, they organize this kind of fairs, and they go dance, and they sell their different handicrafts and all these things. And it is a very good place to excursion kind of thing. One evening, the tourists can go to this place, stay with us, enjoy. People come back. It is an experience of baul song. People will enjoy, because Sufi bauls are kind of Sufi kind of people, and in different districts of bauls are there. In Noda, in Birbhum,
Dr. Chakravarti, sorry to interrupt. I think your network connection has an issue. So meanwhile, I would request, because our viewers are not getting any kind of stories which you are sharing, your valuable inputs, your descriptions, those are being interrupted because of the network issues. So I have been to these parts with you. I would like to describe them myself because for the network issues. So you kindly change the share slides and let us do it jointly. I'm trying to describe things on behalf of you at this point of time because of the network issues. So friends, this is the Khwai Ghat, as it was described by Dr. Shrikant Chakraborty, a place where you can just unveil your experience. I think there are some network issues at present. We know we are all suffering through a unique situation, and as Shrikanta was describing Shantiniketan is another option, unique option for travelers, for tourists to explore. However, I would request Shrikanta to keep the rest of the destinations for the toy tourism part. And Shrikanta, unfortunately, due to the network issues, we had to interrupt the session in the middle. And kindly turn on your audio. I would request all our speakers to turn on their videos and audios.
Am I audible now, Shayok?
You are audible,
Okay.
But we would keep Notungram for the next session.
Okay, sure.
No issues. And meanwhile, viewers, that was it for today. That was a great experience indeed with these unique speakers. And friends, I would like to share a very unique thing with you. These speakers who are there today, with them only, we are going to, organize. And the special thing is toys, eastern part of India. As you can see at my screen, we have experienced the rural villages, the unique, village experiences of different parts of southern Bengal or central Bengal. But we are going to experience these toy stories with speakers like Dr. Chakravarti, Nilanjan Basu, or Saurajit Roy. We have their counterparts also who were, they were contributor kind of toy stories for you. We toy like the handicraft and the handcrafted toys are a unique experience, part of rural tourism, you can say. And as we have discussed about Ghurni, we have discussed about all these places. Before the World Tourism Day celebration, we would definitely like all of our viewers to experience the toy stories of India. at least the eastern part of India from our end. So be ready to join us. Like from Monday onwards, we would like to conduct this Facebook Live session with each of these unique speakers, the experts, and I would request with all of them, friends, let us request the viewers.
Shayok,
all of
Shayok,
them
I would like
together.
to Shayok, I would like to thank the India Tourism Kolkata office and Mr. Sagnik Choudhury from on behalf of CTS Holidays Private Limited, because you know that we are also one of the authorized domestic and inbound tour operators in the region, and we also organize this type of experiential holidays. And special thanks to all of you, Shayok Q, that such type of beautiful topic and such type of program to the development of tourism. Thank you.
I don't know whether we can develop something at this point of time, but we would definitely try to initiate, some kind of promotion so that our rural villages can be developed. And as UNWTO says, as our Honorable Prime Minister says, go local, go rural.
Yes.
Dekho apna desh.
Go green.
Yes,
So we
Shayok.
would chant this mantra together. I would request all of you to chant this mantra with me for our viewers. Let's say, go local,
Go local,
go rural,
go rural,
dekho apna desh.
dekho apna desh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
all.
you,
We will
everyone.
definitely
Namaskar.
continue this kind of session with all of you in near future. And I would recommend all the viewers who are watching us to travel with the Ministry of Tourism approved tour operators who were the speakers today, and the other tour operators who are approved by us at least, because they would ensure a safe experience for all of you in this kind of weekend trails. They are the original experts who are being trained through our unique workshops for